confidence, you think I give a fuck, that's what they do. You can't kill my confidence, you think I give a fuck, that's what they do. You can't kill my confidence, you think I give a fuck, that's what they tell me. All the fucks I ever give.
Yo, how is everybody today? How are we all doing? We are here with something different today on the commentator channel, and it is a tournament. We are on knockout stage 3. I have missed the previous stages due to illness, but apparently there's been some really good racing. I'll tell you the race format and everything like that as we get going, but hopefully we are all feeling well today. Hope everybody is doing well around wherever you're watching this live from. But yeah, it is FGE, if you've heard of them, versus VRL today. Now, from what I can gather, let's have a look at everything. I'm sure we're only going to see around 8 drivers on track. I'm positive. This is the third knockout, as there was meant to. This is knockout 3. The knockout 4 won't be being aired today, as somebody has already got a free pass, as a team backed out, unfortunately, which gave the other team a nice clean through. So I think it's PGS that have gone through. GRL have had to pull out due to, I think it's lack of drivers. So PGS already through. We're here with FGE versus VRL. So yeah, that's as much as I know so far. Let's have a look at the team requirements. So the team requirements, there's 8 drivers, 4 racing at a time. So there you have it. So there will only be 4 from each team racing here this evening. Let's hope we get some quite good close battles. Let's hope we don't see anybody run away with it, which could genuinely be the case if you've got a mixed level of drivers. But let's hope that it stays nice and close, clean, nice battling. And we can get a good show going. But yeah, there will be only one race. I'll be moving straight into Evolution Racing, probably after this one's finished this evening. So hope you can all stick around until then. We will be going for a while. It is a back-to-back race this evening, but just on different channels. Will be over on. We will be watching Evolution Racing Tier 1. They're taking on Portugal, but we're here with this race this evening, and I'm going to try and get into the lobby. We'll see who is actually racing. We'll run through the names and everything, and see who's attending. Redders will be setting up the lobby. I think he's giving me an invite. I might even already have one here. Evo Redders has invited me to play. Thank you, Redders, for the invite. But yeah, so there's Redders. We're going to space. It is Monaco, short quality, 8 drivers. I mean, Monaco, yeah, I'll have a drink. Thanks, babe. Monaco is a tricky track, as we know. Very, very close circuit. So side-by-side action is going to be out of the question. It's going to be all about short quality here this evening. It's if you can get that P1 and get that good launch, you can genuinely keep a driver behind you just through talent alone. So it's all about qualifying, really. As I said, for Monaco, you've got to get the jump. You've got to be in that P1 position or P2. Hopefully P1 gets a bad start. Fly up around the outside because the P2 is on the left here at Monaco. P1 being on the right hand side. But yeah. So hang on, so let's get to some facts about Monaco. Let's just get into it about Monaco. The first Grand Prix was held back in 1950, with the track length being 3.337 kilometers. The lap record is held by Lewis Hamilton, which was set back in 2021. And I've just lost all the info. My phone just died. Oh my god, it was all in front of me. I'll get it up on the internet. Well, let's just bear with it. Evo Redders won't mind. We're not on the stream yet. We've still got another 10 minutes. F1 Monica trivia, and I'm typing and I'm doing all sorts of stuff here. I don't know what I've just done, but I'm on live screen, so just what you can look at it with me. What? Sorry, I need to just go on live scene for a minute, starting soon. Sorry, you don't have to read all this. Right. So yeah, back to it. Sorry about that, people. So yeah, the lap record was set by Lewis Hamilton back in 2021. It was a 1 minute 12.909. Good lap there from Hamilton. Most pole positions, Ayrton Senna. Most wins, Ayrton Senna, the man, the myth, the legend himself, there with the highest profile here at Monaco. Bit of trivia for you: Monaco was one of 7 venues on the inaugural F1 World Championship calendar back in 1950, so it was a part of the initial F1 calendar, which was the first ever Grand Prix was held back in 1950. Pull run to turn 1 braking point is a short 142 meters, so you've really got to try and nail that race start down into turn 1. Sorry about that, people. I've just got people behind me. The safety car probability around 57%, which obviously that's going to be an obvious. If you're getting side by side action, could be quite higher there this evening. Depends how the racers drive. Let's hope we see a nice, sensible racing. You don't want to pick up damage here. If you do pick up damage, you just drop into the back of the grid, and you're in one hell of a lonely race. Virtual safety car probability around 43%, so not much lower than the safety car probability. The pit stop time loss is around 19.2 seconds. It is right on the end of that corner. Sometimes you can miss it if you're just lollying along. It's right off to the right-hand side. So it can be one to watch out for. But let's hope none of the lads get any damage here this evening. Let's hope that they all manage to navigate the circuit and be able to have some nice, good battling on track. Let's hope we can get some side-by-side action. Who do I need to invite? I think I need to invite him. He looks new. There was an FG Jack. They're the only people that have added me for this race, by the way, Redders, if you are watching along, mate. So I don't know about getting the rest of the teams in. Hopefully these guys will invite their own teammates into the race. Blind Echo, friend request. Dan Gamer as well. These must be the guys. Blinding Echo. Is that one of the races? I don't know. I need someone in like one of the teams to be in the chat here and tell me who the drivers are, just to keep an eye on them. Because I don't know, like people could be adding me off TikTok here and trying to get into the race, and I'm adding the wrong people and getting the wrong people into the thingy. So if anybody is there, if we've got a driver list for who's actually attending the race this evening, Blinding Eco is already in. I won't be able to look at the list anywhere because my phone's dead. Babe, can I have my charger?
I'm learning here.
Learning. You should know. I don't know if it's in the kitchen, but I need it. But yeah, only 8 drivers, so you won't see the absolute carnage or chaos that you would expect for Monaco with, like, you know, a healthy amount of drivers. But 8 drivers is really hopefully going to clean things up and not have the drivers, you know, you know, making too much contact. There will be contact, you know, if someone misses a braking point at a corner and, you know, or his brake's too early and, you know, you can brake a little bit late. You're going to try it. You're going to try the move, but let's hope we don't get it into the famous downhill chicane. It needs to be very, very slow. I do not want to be going side by side. Especially you don't want to be taking the corner too close. As you know, you can lose that front left tire. I'm sure everybody knows where I'm going on about. In front of the bay, Legends Racing. Yo, Taz, if you can invite Sponge, he will invite all the VRL. Okay. Have I got a Sponge? Oh, there he is. Yeah, right. Okay, there we go. Big Dad Shazza, big ups FGE. Go on, lad. Here to support the FGE team. It's Big Dad Shazza. So, showing some support for the FGE team. But yeah, you know, a few of these guys I might know, like Redders I know, obviously. Welsh Sponge. Never come across Blinding Echo. So this is going to be like a whole new territory for me, seeing these drivers. Seeing their racecraft. Oh, Mayum Jonas, know him. So, yeah. He'll be all right. There's another one. Decent driver. Welsh Sponges as well. He's not a bad driver. Are they all drive? Oh, it's F1 World Cars. Ah, right. So they're all going to be driving in their own like colours. Well, that's best, isn't it? I'm the GOAT Trust. I'm Echo. I'm trash at Monaco. Nice to meet you, mate. Nice to meet you. Sponge, a minute ago. Thanks for the follow. Sponge F1. Thank you so much for the follow. Really, really appreciate it. But yeah, we're here with Monaco, and we're here, and it's FGE, as you can see, versus VRL. We will go onto the live screen very shortly, just to keep that up, to give the people the info, to know who is here racing. But yeah, I mean, 8 drivers. It's going to make it interesting. It's a new format for me. This never came across it. I mean, it's interesting because then you've got like you know, the final race, which is I think like 2 weeks away now. Big final. Wonder who's going to come out on top. You know what? To be honest, because I've been busy moving and stuff like that, and I do, you know, apologize to Redders, you know, for like the lack of knowledge, which I've just not been able to keep up with things. But you know, who's going to go through tonight? Is it going to be FG? Is it going to be VRL? It's going to, for me, I can't call it. It's going to be whole new territory for me. Watching along, so trying to pick who is the quickest driver. We've got Big Daddy Shazza saying I'm Echo, and Echo saying that he's trash at Monaco. Well, let's hope that you can have a good clean race, mate, and keep it on track. I mean, if you had to pick a member of your team, who would you say you'd think would win this one? Just out of context, do you think you honestly have the talent to, you know, get the W here? Or do you feel like it's going to be another member of your team that's going to be able to bring that W home and get their team across the line? It'd be interesting to know. Have we got one? I mean, obviously, it's an FGE guy in here. So we've got a VRL guy in here watching along. Who do they feel on their team can snatch it? I mean, I'm no Mayum Jonas. No, he's not slow. Welsh Sponge, very decently paced driver. These other ones, though, whole new territory. But it's good to watch new people. Always good to watch new drivers. See who's the quickest out of the lot. See if you can pick it out early. Because, you know, just because you're P1 in qualifying doesn't mean genuinely that you're going to win the race. Dusty Bassoon, the man. How are we doing, sir? Did you know about this tournament, Mr. Dusty? Shit, I'm shocked that you're not taking part, to be honest. You love a good race. It's a 4v4. Who comes out on top and then to the final. And then I've got Evolution Racing straight after this. Another short quali, 50%. Portugal. I've got a race tomorrow. P3 in Japanese. Happy days. Sorry, people, just having a little bit of a conversation. Oh, Legend Racing. Oh, Nello's here. Go on, Nello. Nello's still here watching along. How you Nello, like, have you got a team in this? Did they win or what? Nello slander. It comes from Dusty Bassoon. Shots fired. Shots fired. They will start soon, people. we will start. Pardon? Do you want to listen? No. Listen. Shots fired. Always do it when Dusty's on. Dusty's always shooting fire everywhere, man. If it's not Razza, it's Nello. Banana-rama players. We smashed it, mate. And Dusty raced. Go on, Dusty. Did you win it? So Nello. So basically, when's LRS's next race? Is it next week? Need you next Sunday, mate. Oh, Dusty. Maybe, yeah. Go on, Dusty. You gotta win it. You gotta win this tournament. Come on, mate. Commit. Win it. Win it all. At no cost. Slay everybody that is in front of you. This is LRS. Still waiting for one more guy, I think. One more guy to join. And then I think we're going to be ready to go. We're going to be underway. Take out Ego 9 Lives Barbie. So who were we waiting for? Do we know who we're actually waiting for here? So who's the actual like team to watch so far? Like obviously there's been 2 other races. Like who are the actual standout teams? Will we know? I mean, are we going to see rapid drivers that maybe is Dusty watching this for info? Like, yes, Jay, how's it going, mate? We've got Ash. No, yes, in a bit. How we doing, mate? Oi, it's the commentator podcast. Yeah, actually, the F1 actually loaded up a lot quicker today. I don't know what was going on yesterday. Maybe it was just a bit cold. Looks like it's going to be 4v3. People are actually readying up. LRS. What? What, it's LRS and Evo next race? Versus Evo? Is that what you're saying, Nalos? Honestly, do I get the privilege of commentating on that race? Because that's going to be fucking lit to see the 4 people that rock up on the top 2. My prediction for the final. Oh, your prediction for the final, LRS versus Evo. Fucking yeah, that'd be a fucking awesome final. I'm out for a meal, so it's not on loud. Well, if I'd found my camera, I'd give you a wave, mate, but I can't. So I do apologise. This is a tournament, mate. This is a 4v4 from numerous teams in the league, throughout different leagues, and they're all trying to win the title. It's a knockout stage, so we're at knockout stage 3. Knockout 4 would have been going on after this. I wouldn't have been able to do it, which I need to speak to Redders about, because obviously there's Evolution Racing, and that is kind of my home, my bread and butter. Yeah, the one that I do not try and miss if I can. But yeah, so as I said, round 4 would have been after this, but I think someone's trying to get in and they just keep getting booted. Round 4 won't be raced because GRL had to pull out, so it means that PGS get a free advance into the next round. And then there'll be, I think, 2 races next week, which I'll only be able to do 1, obviously, because I'm doing Evo. And they'll battle it out to see who takes the to see who moves on to the final. And I am very, very honoured that Redders reached out and asked me to do comms. I mean, I do apologise to Redders. Like, ever since he's asked me, like on the run up, I didn't even know that I'd be having this. I'd be moving, and then I've moved, and then I've had to miss days, and like I do apologise, Redders. If you're watching along, mate, like I never expected it to be like this, but it is what it is, and I'm here. I'm here. I'm doing it. So let's hope that it continues on. But it is, like I said, going to be a 4v4. I think one of the lads is severely struggling with getting going here. He's struggling getting into the lobby, so I think we're running a bit late here. Maybe they're trying to find a reserve to get in, or somebody else can drive. I'm with the missus cooking at the main last 24 hours now before I'm home alone for 8 days. God damn. Gonna be like fucking Deadpool, you chasing yourself around the house with your little unicorn. In your Crocs. But here we go. We're getting ready. It looks like, oh yeah, the all 8 are in now. So, short qualifying. See who comes out on top. 18 minutes elapsed. You probably won't be seeing many laps. Obviously, they've got to obviously time it right and stuff like that. So we'll have to keep the air entertained. Hopefully, we can really keep the pauses to a minimum, because it is going to be quite. It's not going to be the firing qualifying that we usually see. You know, obviously, once the final runs actually take place, then it'll be like the firecracker will set off. But for these first, I would say at least 15 minutes. We're just gonna try and jump on board with as many people as we can. Hopefully they stagger the timings of the pits and we can really watch some go for the laps. But 6 people watching along. How are we all doing, people? Probably more. There's probably a few on TikTok as well. How are we all doing over on TikTok? I can't see if you are actually commenting. Taz, you doing Evo right? Right after this, you know it, Dusty. I'm gonna stay on. I'm like, whenever this ends, I'm just gonna stay on and roll straight into Evolution Racing. So yeah, we're going right through. Boom, boom. I think I'm gonna have to entertain myself a bit though. If the grid, like with this 4v4 format, I get it. It's just like it's a bit hard, isn't it? You want like a 5-5, really round it out. But at the end of the day, Redders and whoever else have got together about this. We do have a car leaving the pits. At this moment in time, it's one of, I don't even know who's right. So FGE are orange, so it's one of the FGE lads. Let's see who's leaving the pits. We've also got one of the VRL boys heading out on circuit. So it's not Deco. It looks like we're on board with FGE Jack. So Jack first out on the circuit. Let's see what kind of lap time this lad can do. Dusty Bassoon, tell me what's a good lap around here. Come on, mate. When we did it last year, and I think it was like 8v8s. Yeah, that'd be more rounded out, like 8v8s. Monaco, like what's a good lap around Monaco? What would you consider a good lap, a healthy lap? That could be potentially pull. We're talking 111s here, or are we talking 112s? Surviving. Legend, Dusty Bassoon. What's it? You're still. Oh shit! Right, yeah, that's my bad. Oh my god, what an idiot! Nice, there we go. I do apologise. You're hopeless at Monaco. Yeah, but what would you? Is it 108 maybe? All right. Well, let's see what Jack can do. Jack has already invalidated turn 1. So turn 1, Jack has ruined his lap there. Deco will be the next to start a lap. So let's see what Deco can do. I think he made some slight contact with the wall there on the exit. Throwing it for he can really carry some pace through this part of the track. Oh, and he's out! He's out! Deco hugging the corner too much there. And Deco is out. Let's have a look at Daniel. Daniel's already got major wing damage. What is going on? He's completely lost his wing. Let's see what Echo's doing. Echo's the next one. Deco straight out there. That's me. That's what I do. But here comes Echo. Echo was the one in the chat saying that he is trash at Monaco, but so far he's doing the best out of the bunch that have hit the circuit. lost Deco very, very, very early here in this. Oh, nicely cutting that corner there. Looked like it was going to be an invalidation there for Echo, but timed it perfectly. And he's right on the back of one of the VRL boys. But here he comes. Trying the final chicane there. Down to the start finish. What's it going to be for Echo? As he comes across the line, it's a 109.400. Let's have a look at Wolf. You know what? There's a lot of people call Wolf most popular. I think well, for me, that I've come across, most popular animal to have your name. But here he comes. It's Wolf coming up to the line. Bit of lag there. And it's a 110.3. Line Echo really stamping his authority here with the lap. Good lap. But we've lost 2 already in qualifying. Let's have a look at Jack. Jack looks like he may have gone again here. Can Jack navigate Monaco? Oh, that is wing damage. Hopefully that was his trip back to the pits anyway. Still got Malu Jonas not put a lap time in. Nello in the chat. I'm lucky to get a 111. Well. Div 1 pace is mid 1.8. Jesus Christ. Right. So we've got Wolf and Echo. Is Echo trying to improve here? Or is he, I think he's just trying to get a feel for the track. Staying out. Him and Wolf. Can these boys, if these boys do manage to maintain P1, can they work together to hold off VRL? They've only got, I mean, Malu Jonas, nobody else has set a time yet, so we can't even see who is actually going to be battling it out yet here at Monaco. But so far, it's advantage FGE. Their drivers have managed to put laps in. We've got Daniel Gamer now on and out lap. Another FGE driver out on the mediums. So, don't think we'll see him taking pole. Or will we? Will he put a absolutely blinding that? And Echo's retired. There's another one. I don't see this race going all the way. I'm sorry. I really, really don't see this race going to the end. If there's one drive, right, we've got to ask Red as this. If there's like 2 drivers left and they're on the same team, you've got to call it that lap. There's no way you can have this dragging on. So, yeah, the wall hurts. It does. We've got Jack with the follow as well. Big Daddy Shazza, thank you. Sorry, I don't have notifications popping up on my screen. I need to, though. But thank you for the follows. Massively appreciated. But, yeah, let's see if Daniel needs to get round. He needs to put a time in. The VRL guys have only got Sponge and Malu Jonas left to be able to put a lap in to try and split FGE up here. Lost my wing on the chicane after the tunnel and then just couldn't turn the next corner. Ooh. But this isn't going to be a flyer from Daniel. You're not going to see him lighting up the timing sheets with this lap. Jesus Christ. That's his wing gone. So that's that lap absolutely destroyed. He's going to be into the pits now for... Oh my God. What is going on? Are we got, like, honest question, I'm not being, like, nasty, but are we going to, like, if you go off qualifying, like, if people can navigate Monaco, it's usually... Are we going to see this race finish? Are we going to see it finish? Let's, like, Sponge... What can Sponge do? Malu Jonas does put himself in pole position with a 108.9. And then Sponge goes and puts himself in between the FGE. So now, kind of advantage VRL. If Jack can get a lap in, and get a good lap in at that, which it doesn't look like Jack's going to be making any indent up at the top here. So needs big improvements on his next lap. A 111.730 needs to... FGE's target here has got to be above Malum Jonas. They need to put... Because if he's out in front, that's it. Malum Jonas is Div 1. Yeah. He is. So, Malum Jonas, this could be his race. Half a second lead here in qualifying. Everybody's returning back into the pits, but, I mean, even well sponged damage. I mean, I'm going to call it, and I hope that I respect the lads, but I don't. And well sponge has missed pit entry. They're entertaining us tonight, people. They're entertaining us tonight. I don't see this race making its end. I'm sorry. Like, I really don't. If it does, like, hats off to them. Honestly, hats off to the lot of yous, but going off qualifying, I'm going to take a stab at, like, 15 laps before there's, like, 2 drivers left on the circuit. And as I said, I'm just going off what I see in front of me here. Like, there's no malice. Do you know what I mean? Genuine mistakes have been made on the circuit. And with, I mean, one guy didn't even make it around the circuit. Deco. So, bit hard. Well, let's hope so, Nello. Let's hope so. I think somebody's just lost the wing there. Sure, we just seen an FGJ. It was Daniel. I see this being an expensive... I think we're going to see quite a few pit stops as well, to be honest. Monaco is such a difficult track. Like, super, super difficult. Hello.
I'm gonna go meet
You going meeting David?
Yep.
Alright, no worries. Right, we've got someone coming out on track. We've got Wolf. Let's go to Wolf. Let's see what... Wolf's lagging a bit. Bit of lag there. What?
Let's fix the internet then.
Shut up, you. Get lost. Right. Come on, Wolf. You need a big improvement here if you want to take pole. Let's see what you got. Not a great start to the lap. That's going to cost him time. That's going to cost him time straight away. He's just got to navigate all these corners a lot better than he did his first time around. Let's hope he can do so as he makes his way through Sector 1 now. Long sweeping left-hander. Coming up to the Sector 1-2 split. Let's see if he's improved. That final corner cost him in Sector 1 the pace that he just didn't have it going across the start-finishing line to carry that through the rest of the lap. So he's got a lot to do in Sectors 2 3 now as Wolf. I mean, Echo, was that an ego retirement, or did you genuinely think that was your limit? And Wolf's invalidated. Invalidation there for Wolf. So no improvements on this lap. Should be able to get into the pit lane, get some tyres on, and get back out for another. We've got Jack trying to improve. Jack is down in Sector 1. Well, just over a tenth. 1300ths of a second. There he goes, making his way through Sector 2. I had a skill issue. Alright. No, I just... Oh, yeah, you slapped the wall. Yeah, shit. I remember. Sorry, mate. Do you think you could have gone faster? Just asking the question. Do you genuinely think you could have... Could you have matched Malum? Could you have got anywhere around near there? Jack's just losing time here. Going to not be an improvement for Jack at all. Unless he finds like half a second in this sector alone. The sector of the track. I think maybe another few tenths. Not sure I could have got pole. Right. Okie dokie, let's go on board with Daniel. Can Daniel complete this lap? Come on. All the FGE supporters are going to be hoping that Daniel can do it. Can FGE go all the way to the end? At the minute, you know, they're in P2. And the VRL boys, 2 of them are going to be starting from the back regardless. In Deco and Match. So, going to be very unfortunate for them. Are you off now? What, you coming back tomorrow? Yeah. Alright. No worries. See you in a bit. Yeah, Daniel, 18-8 there for Sector 1. Can we see Daniel get himself up into the top 3 here with this lap? But that Malyoun guy is a psychopath. Like, he's so quick, it's mental. I know Malyoun, and Malyoun is very quick. I've commentated on him before. He's got very good pace. Daniel, oh, he's made contact with the wall. That's wing damage. He needs to complete this. Well, he don't need to, but it'd be beneficial for him to get an actual time in so he could start from 6th. He's just bouncing off everywhere here, Daniel. See, this is my worry. There's going to be a lot of damage. A lot of damage wings if we're just going off qualifying. Good time though with the damage and the bumps that he did, you know, get there. It's not a bad time. Thought it would have been a lot more, like around a 13 or 14. So is Wolf's looks like he's the Wolf. We was on board with Wolf before. We've got Malyoun Jonas. We'll jump on board with him. He's on an out lap. He'll be on his final run in qualifying. Welsh Sponge joining back. Disconnected from the lobby at Lotus Desync. Here comes Wolf. Can see like that wall is just so dangerous. You clip that in any sort of way, that you are losing that front left tire. Oh, he just makes contact down 2.5 tenths. Wolf will not improve unless he can find it all in this part of the track. On the run to the start finishing line. What is it going to be for Wolf? It's not an improvement. So let's jump on board with the man who is currently sat in provisional pole. I mean, there's only Jack that could beat him out on track at the moment in time. But it looks like Malyoun Jonas may take qualifying here with this lap alone. So here we go. What can Malyoun Jonas do? Can he improve on his lap? Let's watch on board as he makes his final run here in qualifying. Looks like a teammate's trying to aid him with the slipstream there. Got out in front of him, Welsh Sponge. Don't think Welsh Sponge has got the time to be getting a lap in here. It's going to be Welsh Sponge retired. Yeah, definitely. Like, there's zero time for him to get out. But still P3 for Welsh Sponge, even with just one lap. Manages to secure a P3. Why is Malyoun going out again? Wants to see if he can improve. It's always worth a shout. It's always worth another go if you think you can improve. So here he comes. We're into Sector 2. We're coming up to the Sector 2-3 split. Has he improved on the lap? No. All about Sector 3 now. Throwing the car through very clean there. Makes a bit of contact with the wall there. Throwing it through the final few corners here is Malyoun. Has he managed to secure the time in them corners? Comes up to the line. He's weaving. Doesn't look like he's got the improvement. No, but the first lap did it all for him. And he wins qualifying here for the VRL team. Can he hold on to it? That is now the question. We've got 3 of the FGE boys up in the top 5. So, as we know, we lost 2 of the VRL boys early on. But yeah, Blind Echo managed to get a lap in before losing his wing, and then absolutely, Malium is an alien. So there we have it. There is qualifying over, and I mean, Malium takes it, but from what we're seeing in qualifying, we may be in for a short evening. But fingers crossed we're not. And these lads can bring the heat, and we can see some good racing here at Monaco. Monaco isn't a track that is usually legendary for overtakes, and getting good battles. So, we'll just have to roll with it. We'll just have to see what the script is and see what happens. Hopefully, we can get some decent fights going down the main straight. But Monaco, as we all know, naturally, qualifying is the place to be. If you can get a good position, you probably if you can get P1, if you get a good start, that's the position you're going to end up in at the end of the race. 5-minute break. So 5-minute break now, people. And we'll get underway. But yeah, as I said, qualifying, you can usually tell how a grid is going to run. And unfortunate to say, I mean, it's not looking good for the boys. But Monaco is very, very hard. I'd be the exact same. I am not like slandering these boys. Going at 6:29, people, 6:29. As I said, I mean, I am terrible at Monaco. I'd be the exact same. I'd be losing my wing. I probably would have been out in qualifying. I would have hit the wall. It's just a track that I don't agree. Like, just don't get on with Monaco. Monaco is one of them circuits for me that it's just out of my skill base. Like, it really is. Sometimes I can get through it, but then like the majority, it's like that's like a one-off. But the majority of the time, I am either going into the pits multiple times in the race, or I am hitting that famous left corner at the bottom of the hill and losing my front left. So yeah, or getting time penalties galore and dropping down the grid like just through that little part of the track alone can be a killer. It really, really can. So yeah, 5-minute break. We're going to be going at 29, 2 minutes to go. How are we all doing? I mean, I am definitely looking forward to Evolution Racing, which will be starting not long after this race finishes, depend on how long this race actually goes. So yeah, I'll be going straight into Evolution Racing. I won't be stopping streaming. I might actually stop the stream just to get a bit of scran, get a bit of food. Hopefully there's enough time. There should be. And then jump straight back to Evolution Racing and get some. But there will be more comms on this channel today, on a Saturday for a couple of weeks now. So yeah, hope you all enjoy it. But Nello, I mean, are you racing as a reserve this evening for Evo? You getting that practice in? I need to practice hard tomorrow on Evo. I mean, on Portugal. Portugal is just a wider Monaco for me. I just can't, I just don't know what it is with the circuit. The same with Monaco. I'm just lost. They're probably my 2 worst tracks on the game. Easily. And I'd probably say Portugal is the worst one for me. Monaco, I feel I've got a bit of pace at, but Portugal, I feel like I've got none at all. Yeah, okay. Nah, mate. Driving home, trying to get back for VRL at 8. Not looking good. All right. Oh, so you're out and about. Oh, nice. Well, I hope you get back in time for your race. We'll find out who's racing on Evolution Racing after this. See who's going to actually be turning up. But yeah, little break now. Lads will be all sorted. And we should actually be going. It's now 18:30. So lads, let's get this race underway. Yep, ready up. Let's go, go, go. Let's get this Monaco round 3 knockout stage over and done with. Hello, is anybody listening to me? Someone's got her readied up. Well, looks like we have a delay here, people. Do apologise. Here we go. 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And here we go. Round 3 knockout stage, Monaco. FGE versus VRL is now underway. Welsh Sponge and Jonas get a good start there for the VRL team, taking P1 and 2. Now, the Blind Echo needs to split these two. He needs to get past Sponge, try and attack Jonas. If he can. Deco's made position. Daniel Gamer losing position at the back. Going for the inside line into this corner. Very tight corner that for Daniel and Deco to be going side by side with. But it looks like Malum is pulling a gap already. Trying to at least. Let's go back to this little battle. It's getting very spicy back here. These two have dropped themselves back off the pack. So there's been big contacts between the pair. And there's already damage as well. As you can see on the front wing from both Daniel and Deco. Nice camera angle there of the bay. But they're both going to be into the pits. Both going to be changing a wing. As we see Jack, I think he's had contact with the wall somewhere. And now Match is putting the pressure on. Match got the outside line going into turn 1. Hard braking. And Jack left enough space there. And Match managed to get through. Good overtake there. But already we've got Malum Jonas. He is separating himself from the pack. Doesn't want to be involved in any squabbles. That's a good clean race here at Monaco. And it's all about Welsh Sponge now. Welsh Sponge really does have to hold up the FGE boys. But Malum Jonas' pace, I think, alone is going to secure him the win here. Looks like he has this Monaco circuit under wraps. Doing very well so far. No, we're only 2 laps in, but, I mean, 2-second gap already here in the race. Meaning if you go off a second a lap every lap, he's going to be 39 seconds ahead. Come the end of this race, I mean, he's gained, well, it's 3 seconds. Malum Jonas is running away with this. We'll just leave him out of the front for a bit. Watch these battles because I don't think there's anybody that can contend with him. Nobody's got the pace. He's just pulling gaps all the time, especially in the latter part of the circuit. Seems to be his favourite part of the track where he's building them gaps. He's left his teammate to fend for himself. At least we're going to see battles here between these. And we've got Wolf and Match. Match trying to make moves early. He's on the charge here, is Match. up into P4. Match doing really well. And he's got front wing damage as well. So if Match, looking at Match and his pace and how he's navigating this car, if he would have actually completed qualifying, we could have seen some really decent pace up at the front. Maybe even VRL just extended because Match looks really quick here. We've got Deco trying to carry on with the damage to the front right of the wing. Lost his end plate. But Daniel Gamer, even further back, he's decided to take... And has he made more mistakes? Has Daniel cost himself here? Is it going to be another... No, now he's pitting. Daniel, the first person to pit here this evening. Are we going to see more? If you go off qualifying, the answer is yes. So look at, I mean, this was a mixed match here. I mean, VRL's team, they found a gem. That's Malum Jonas. And he's now 6 seconds in front. Hang on. Welsh Sponge down into P4. He's been passed by Echo and Match. Match does seem to have the pace on Echo. Echo does have a penalty. Maybe that was picked up for contact, or maybe I think it was the 3 second for track limits. But we'll stay on board with this because Match does look like he's got the pace here. And he's doing really well with the damage. And he's right on the back of Echo here. He's got to pick his moment right, though. There's contact with the wall there. Going through turn 1 on the exit for Match. Maybe that was where he lost his wing previously. That end plate. But he's driving brilliantly. As I said, with the damage, he's doing really well. He's just made contact with the FGE driver there. And there's big contacts. That's got to be more damage for Match. Doesn't look too happy about that. Yep, and that's more damage for Match. It's going to definitely be a pit stop. He is not going to be happy with that one. As now we get Echo. Echo's also no front end plates. We're going to see the FGE and VRL team pit here. Let's hope they don't double stack one another. So they're not in the same pit box. Because that can be the case with these F1 World Cars. With there only being 8, I doubt it. But, you know, you never know. And they're staying out with the damage. Jonas is going to lap them at this point. I am not joking. More contact. Slightly missing his braking point there, Match. Can't take our eyes off this. They are trying to go side by side. Here we go. Side by side. They leave the space. Bit of contact there. Sponge is just watching on in the background. Sponge trying to get involved. Looking like he was going to make a move down the inside. There's contact up at the front again. You got Echo in a VRL sandwich here. FGE have just got no answers. Match is, you know, Match, Jonas. There's only Echo here that really has a chance of trying to win. I mean, that's a no. Well, Sponge gets a time penalty. Don't think Echo got one there. That might have been a warning. But this is just absolutely nuts how they're still able. They're not doing rapid laps, as you can see. Malum Jonas, 11 seconds now. Banding Echo deciding that's enough is enough. It's time for tyres and wing change. And I think it made the right choice there. I'm going to be on fresh mediums when he comes out of the pit. So hopefully he can get a nice undercut if the likes of Match and Sponge want to pit. But if they don't pit, he's definitely going to undercut them. Be on the faster rubber. But he will have to pit again. Their mediums won't go the 22 laps that he needs them to go. They will explode. They will definitely go bang. Well, Deco, see him just 1.8 seconds back. But we're going to have blinding echo on fresh out the bag mediums. And he's going to be looking to try and undercut the VRL team here with this move. Let's have a look at Sponge and Match. Hang on, as we've just had a moment there. So more damage for the FGE team. And Match and Sponge, they've got damage, but they're choosing to stay out. Now, is this going to cost them in the end? Because they're compromised through the corners. You're going to see one hell of an undercut from Blinding Echo as long as he can keep his front wing. But VRL advantage. And I mean, for the next race, whoever they're racing, I mean, just chuck Malum Jonas at him. He's doing an absolutely blinding job here. Just pulling away from his teammates. 14 seconds now. 14 seconds the gap. Unless there's a safety car, nobody else is winning this. It's his race. All he's got to do is make the mistake. And remember, we're all still human. He could genuinely make a mistake. And it could, I mean, these guys have obviously made mistakes to have the wing, hardly any of the wing, but he could make a big mistake, clip that inside left, and lose his front tyre. So he's got to keep that in mind. You take confidence, especially, I mean, he's got to be loving it. 15 seconds ahead. Nothing to bother him. Would you be a bit more cautious in the corners if you had this sort of thingy? You don't want to, like, just keep thinking, oh, like, I'm the shit. Like, you need to still keep your head, don't you? There's no way that you're taking too much confidence from this. Because if this was Dusty and like a few other drivers mixed in that I know, Malum definitely wouldn't have that much of a lead. I think Malum Jonas probably too quick for these lads. I think it's a mixed match. I think VRL, and this is no disrespect to FGE. They tried to get the best of their. I don't know whether they tried to get the best, but there is a massive difference here from Malum to the rest of the grid, without fail. And we have got a virtual safety car. So Match into the pits. Good choice for Match. He knows he's got get a new wing and some new tyres. So cutting his pit stop in half here with this virtual safety car compared to Blinding Echo. And I think Match might have done a brilliant job here of pitting under this virtual. I don't think Echo's going to come out in front of him. Actually, Echo is coming through right now, and there we go. Echo does still manage to get the undercut done. And we see Deco there pulling out the way of his teammate. Hang on, Match. What's going on? Match, they look like Deco let him through. Then Match, for some reason, just stopped. Oh, we're still under virtual safety car. So sticking to the deltas. And there we go. We're back racing. We're green. DRS enabled. Now Match has to get past Deco as quick as he can. He doesn't want to be held up. He needs to get onto the back of Echo and try and take that fight to Echo, who pitted early. But as we know, Echo's going to have to pit again. I don't know whether Match would have to with the hards. As we know, the hards are very durable in F124. You can probably take on most 50% races at certain tracks. But he's already on the back of Jack. Jack just needs to do like a hold-up job here. But Deco already through the side-by-side, and it looks like... Oh, no. Is that him out of the race? And that's a safety car. And that comes out just as Deco and Match go past the pit lane. I mean, for Match, he's already called. He's already played his card. He's on the hards. No point pitting now. But Jonas, I mean, going to be a bit gutted. 26-second lead as we get Sam Lewis in the chat. How we doing, Sammy lad? I'm not ignoring you, Sammy, mate. I'm just. Are you commentating on Evo? Yeah, definitely, 100%, mate. Straight after this, babe. Just 1 second, people. Theo, shut these doors for me, these double doors. Right, so Jonas resets now. No, these two now. You have to shut the other one first. But yeah, everybody will catch up to the back of the safety car. The pace that has shown, it doesn't look like he's going to get hindered by this. I mean, he showed some brilliant pace on the race restart. Sorry, people, I've got to help myself. Just 1 minute. Come on, Sammy, that's what I want to hear, mate. Have a good race. Yeah, sorry about that little interval there, people. Just had to help my lad out with something. But everything is good now, and we are back. So, oh, Jack's out as well. We've got Jack, Daniel Gamer out. We started with 8. We are down to 6, and it is advantage VRL. VRL in the driving seat here. They have all 4 of their drivers currently racing. So this is all down to them. Can they maintain the win here? Because it looks like it's going VRL's way this evening. Especially with Jonas, the pace that he's shown is absolutely electric. So they're definitely going to win this evening unless we see Wolf just straight line in turn 1. Which let's hope we don't see that. Let's really hope we don't. We don't want that. But yeah, if you're wondering why there's only 8, it is a knockout series. With 8, I think it's... Is there 8 teams? No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 8 teams, I think. So yeah, let's see if I go quicker. Yeah, man, let's hope you do. Fingers crossed, bro. Like, I know we've been speaking, and you said you're going to be quicker, so let's hope it. Let's see it. But Jonas now, getting ready to restart this race. We're on lap 13, first safety car of the evening. And can he time it to perfection? This safety car restart, he's already got an 8th car. He's already a 2nd. Wolf bottled this race restart there. Jonas to 1.2 the gap. What a restart there from the VRL driver. Absolutely great. Gap in the field already. Wolf caught absolutely napping there. He had his dummy in and everything. Just caught unawares. And there's a big crash. Wolf with an incident there. You seen Wolf have the incident with, I think, Match, was it? But you can see the ghosted cars here. They've both got damage. You can see Wolf, he's lost his front left end plate. That's not going to be good for him. I mean, if we lose Wolf and Echo, it's over. Like, undoubtedly, it is over. Match with a 3-second time penalty. Oh my God, Wolf's in the wall. He can't navigate the circuit without his wing and Wolf. And he's already bouncing off these walls. And it's going to be a pit stop, I think. No, he carries on. Carries on with the damage. Oh my Christ. With the way he made it through Sector 3, I don't see this ending well. Oh, it's this contact. He's trying to hold on to that P5. Match is putting heavy pressure on Wolf here. He's down the inside. Wolf just can't get the turning that he needs to maintain the lead. And Match goes through very nicely there. The only FGE driver with a shot of winning this is... Oh, he's just commentator's curse. He says he's got a shot and he gets wing damage. Oh, this is not looking good for the FGE team. Wolf just falling further back. We've got Deco, Match, and Sponge. All three drivers together here. They're going to cause... Oh, they're causing each other a lot of trouble here. You can see contact with the cars. You're a team, boys. Jesus, let the fast one through. And then just take it easy. Jesus Christ. The teammates, and they look like they're all about taking one another out. These boys still with... I mean, after the safety car, they've got damage again. I mean, it's just going to mean horrible cornering for them. Slow lap times. They've just not brought their A game, have they? Either of the... I mean... Yes, VRL have got one driver that is absolutely smashing it. But you look back at Match. Match is 4.6 seconds off the Echo. I mean, Wolf, I think, has pitted now yet. Come out with a fresh wing. Echo's on time penalties as well. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Marium Jonas with a 3-second time penalty. So that's going to, you know, spur Echo on. But I'm sure Echo's on 6 seconds. Appends. He is. So Marium Jonas still has that 3-second buffer to a blinding Echo. But let's go back to Sponge and Deco. They're battling out for position here. They're taking no prisoners. Either driver is just competing for that position. They could trip each other up. They could, you know, this hard battling isn't good for the team in the long run. Because you could potentially lose a driver. I mean, Deco now, without the wing damage, is definitely going to pull away from Sponge. Sponge is going to have no answer here now for Deco. I'm sure Deco's happy with that. Deco's glad probably to be away from Sponge. Not battling him. And he can just race freely now. Take his time. And get to the end of this race. Let's hope all 6 drivers can make it to the end. But there's just gaps everywhere now. Nobody's battling. Well, Sponge has dropped way off the back of Deco. Deco, only person on track not to have a time penalty. It's 2. I mean, Deco's got to get like... I mean, Marium Jonas has got to get like 9 seconds of penalties. Maybe even more for Deco to potentially win this race. If you can stay penalty free, that's what it... I mean, a race result usually comes down to that. I've seen people pick up race results. One lad does it a lot, Geordie. Geordie, you know, gets the result because he keeps it, you know, he keeps it penalty free. And that's what you need to be doing at some circuits. Even if you're not good at it, if you can keep it penalty free, you're definitely going to pick up a position or two. Just depends how quick the grid is. In more league racing style, you're in your league that you should be in, so you definitely are going to be challenging people. But for me, at the beginning of this, when I looked at the names, obviously I didn't know everybody else, but I thought Malum Jonas is quick. He's definitely going to be up at the top. And I mean, 5-second gap already to Echo. He's got a kind of hell's chance here, Echo, of winning this. Unless he gets another safety car and, like, Jonas gets the worst safety car restart in the world and Blinding manages to get past him. I think it'd only be a matter of time before Malum Jonas went back past and challenged him. Safety car. Another safety car. We've lost Deco. Deco, it seems like commentators cursing. I'm going to stop talking about people in a minute. We are down to just 5. Safety car has come out. We've lost Deco. Deco was doing well up until that point. Penalty free. But this Monaco circuit takes another name. There's another name on the wall. And that is Deco 10. DJs here this evening. He has lost the fight for even just completing the Monaco circuit. But yeah, Malum Jonas yet again gonna have to get his starts into play. Is he gonna pit? Nope, decides to stay out, probably predicting maybe another safety car. Is Malum called to Wolf? Malum has called to Wolf, but Wolf will go and up and lap himself. Malum will have to drop in behind the safety car. Look at the gaps on track that we've already got. This is massive. Evening, Alfie. Yes, bro. How's it going? This little tournament race was won lap 1. We knew who was going to win this by the end of lap 1, and it was Malum Jonas. Just to give you a bit of context. I mean, going off quali, I mean, we all know how hard Monaco is. I'm not dissing any of the lads, but you knew off quali, there's not going to be... I mean, it's 3 versus 2 at the minute. You lose one more or both of the FGE drivers. I mean, it's race over, isn't it? 5 cars, yep, 5 cars, mate. It's Monaco, in it though. It's the nature of Monaco. I mean, Deco did lose it by himself. It was as if it was a side-by-side action kind of thing. But we're just on board with Wolf now. Wolf trying to catch up. Wolf was actually sat in P2 at one point, but got into a bit of an issue with Sponge, I think it was at the time, and just lost positions. And look at like match straight onto the back of Malum Jonas, their teammates now up at the front. But you know what? This VRL team haven't been pulling any punches with one another. We've seen from Welsh Sponge and Deco, they were battling hard. You still be able to do Evo, or you're going to take it off? I'm a fuck. I'm doing Evo, mate. Even next week when the tournament got 2 races. Sorry, I'm not available. I'm going home. I'm going home to Evo. Going home to me home comms. And that's what I should need to say to Redders, actually. I mean, I hope Redders isn't offended, but Evo is the place. Like, it's my baby. It's my home. I love Evo. I'm coming home. Coming home. Last rate. I know, mate. Might shed a tear, Alfie, lad. It's been a fucking cracking season, though. I mean, J7BP's won the Champions. He won it fucking weeks ago, didn't he, really? But let's hope we just have a good final race. for Division 1. And then let's all back and just maintain P3 in the Division 2 Championship. Don't think I'm close enough to take P2. I think Geordie will get it. But A-Strakes, you know, I think... I mean, it's close, but him and Geordie, I mean, A-Strakes has got a, you know, basically come in the very pittance points for it to win. I'm right there with you, Alfie. Portugal's another Monaco for me. I just can't get on with the track. I cannot get on with the circuit for love and no money. I cannot just navigate it like at a quick pace. Or like my TT, I cannot match my pace in my TT time. I am like a second to 2 seconds off. It's fucking horrible. So, I'm right there with you, mate. Like, I don't expect to be picking up big points tomorrow. If I can hold on to my P3, I'll see it as a season, reflecting back on the season now, before Portugal, even before the podium. Brazil, I should have just bit my lip, got across the line. Maybe fought the 3-second penalty. But I'd have still been dropped down because of my position and the fucking contact. But I should have just tried getting to the end. Abu Dhabi, should have paid attention, put my setup on. Fine, don't want to talk to me on TikTok, I'll come here. I can't see TikTok comments, mate. Honestly, I can't see them, or I would. If I could see them, I literally would like comment back, but I can't. So if there is anybody that else is commenting on TikTok and you think I'm ignoring you, I'm 100% not. I just can't see the comments, which I'm gonna get help with, so I can see them, because it is really annoying not being able to see them when I do have people genuinely talking to me on TikTok, which is annoying. But here we go. But yeah, for this season, P3 could have been better. That's what I'll say about my season at Evo. It could have been a lot better. And maybe could have been in the lead into this final race in the season, if the results would have gone my way. Maybe, I mean, I did get caught up in stuff as well. I could have gained more points just through getting caught up, but it is what it is. Mayumonis didn't get the greatest of starts this time round. Match has managed to stay right with them. But Match has shown good pace since the beginning of this race. No surprise to see Match now kind of sticking with Mayumonis. They've got two pretty decently quick drivers up at the front in Mayumonis and Match. But Wolf still dropping off. Wolf, 1.7 seconds. You've got Blinding Echo struggling to keep hold of the front two. And you've got Match here, who is just flying. He wants past Mayumonis here. He's showing his intent. He's showing he's got the pace. Could be the better tyres as Mayumonis does pull up to one side. Babe. Sorry. I don't know. Is the one in the kitchen? I don't know. It might be in my Jordan hoodie. It's a little square one. No. Might just be on kitchen side. But Match now has the lead. It's going to be weird for Mayumonis this. I mean, this could be the difference of Mayumonis finishing the race and Mayumonis not finishing the race. He's had so much time out on his own. After the restart, he did brilliantly last time round. Caught Wolf napping. Like, absolutely napping. Someone did, but they left. So did I. Like I said, I'm sorry. I can't help that. I need to get it sorted. And once I get get it sorted, I'll be able to respond to people on TikTok. Because it says I'm on the multi-stream chat, but yet not all the chats come through, only here and possibly YouTube. Which I don't think I've ever had a comment on YouTube, to be honest. But yeah, Match now spreading his wings. He's got a 1.5 second gap. Let's check the tyres. I think it's got something to do with tyres this way. This is why he's the thing. Yeah, he's on 5-lap old mediums compared to Malum Jonas. He's on 13-lap old hard. Feel like Malum and Echo definitely are going to have to pit again at some point. I think maybe would they have had another set of hards? Possibly. So, Ash, could name a few things you need sorted, but let's be professional because it's race day podcast, not 5-lappers. Yeah, exactly. We could say all that on the 5-lappers. This is race day. That safety car glitch still not like disappeared. It's still there. Up on the screen. But Match doing well so far. Are the hards going to come back? Is Malum Jonas going to be able to catch up and win it for the team? Or has Match got the pace to just keep Malum as well? Sponge retires from the... He's out. So it's a 2v2. We're down to 2v2 here now, people. And it's definitely advantage VRL as they are just... Blinding Echo is trying to stay with Malum Jonas. But we've seen from Malum that he had the pace over Blinding Echo. He's had the pace over Blinding Echo from the start. Blinding Echo does have 2-lap of pressure tyres. But I think Malum just has that pace advantage. But Match, since taking the lead, he has really stretched his advantage. 2.4 seconds now, the gap. Can he take these tyres to the end? He's carrying damage again. I mean, how is he managing to pull this much of a gap carrying that amount of damage? What's the fastest time set so far? How do you look at that? Fastest lap. A 1:11.079, and that was from Malum Jonas. So it shows his pace. It shows his pace advantage, like, right there. 2/10, easy. His pace advantage is over the rest of the grid. I think it's more than that. I mean, he had a 25-second gap at one point. 25-second gap. And Monaco, it's took its prisoners tonight. Definitely. We have lost 4 drivers from this race. Looks like Malum Jonas was a bit ghosted then, so I don't know whether he made some contact with a wall. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad at all. But Matt, you know, I said this when Match was making his way through the pack earlier on. Match, if he wouldn't have gone out in qualifying, I think he could have been right there with Malum. I think Match spoiled himself in quali. I think he could have had a lot better race with Malum up at the front. Maybe they could have worked together as a team. Really put themselves away from the FGE team. FGE team, I mean, they both lost 2 drivers. Wolf is just nowhere near the pace of the rest of this pack. 10 seconds adrift. So unfortunate for Wolf. He's just one hell of a lonely race. It's a pretty much lonely race for everybody. Blinding Echo is trying to stay with Malum Jonas, but Malum still extending his lead. Why have I got a screenshot bar? Up on my screen, you just can't see it, so it's alright. Do I need to recruit for LRS? Match, maybe. Malum's already in LRS, isn't he? I'm sure he is. Division 1 driver. There we go. Nello says it. Says it for me. But yeah, just 4 drivers on track. We are on board with P2, which is the man that has led most of the laps in this race. Match has managed to get past. Looks like the mediums are starting to die off a bit now, or we're seeing Match make mistakes because Malum is catching. As we know, the hard's very durable at Monaco as well. So it looks like the hards are just now creeping back. Maybe the pace is leveling out. And Malum's true pace is now starting to show against Match. Match had a lot fresher tyres compared to Jonas, but the mediums don't work well here at Monaco. Thought I'd have a joke because of last night. Oh, oh yeah, oh, you're recruiting. You on high alert last night for recruiting. But here we are, lap 30, 4 drivers left. Can all 4 drivers make it across the line? Fingers crossed that they do. But yeah, Malum is slowly but surely catching his teammate here. Mediums are dropping off a cliff. And Blinded Echo just sees the VRL team just pulling away further and further. Hopefully we'll be racing on Tuesday Firefar as well. Need to hope everything goes to plan. Yep. It's what we all hope, mate. I hope Portugal goes to plan. But for so far, it's not going to. So Malum going well. We had Deco, who, I mean, Deco could have picked up a good few places. He didn't have any penalties compared to the rest of the grid, which was good, but he just lost it in Sector 1. And we lost Deco. Deco was doing really well. He was the only, like I say at the time, he was the only driver without a penalty on track. Everybody else had one. He could have picked up a couple of positions through it, but unfortunately, he lost out to Monaco. Monaco claimed his soul, and that was all she wrote for him. So now we're just... There's nothing really to watch. I'm just waffling on here trying to keep you all entertained because this race is definitely won by VRLA. There's no doubt about it. They're taking it easy. They know they don't have to push too much now. Just get to the end of the race. That's all they need to do. Get to the end of the race and complete this hell of a circuit. Malum Jonas is probably the only one that hasn't had to pit for damage. I haven't seen any damage on his car. He's navigated the Monaco circuit perfectly. He's had a bit, you know, the odd dink on the exits of corners, but nothing too severe that, you know, would cause him damage. So absolutely well played by him. The mediums, as we said, we know they're dropping off. The hards, they may start leveling out, but I think Malum just has the pace advantage over Match. It's just where Malum can actually get past Match here. It's going to have to be down the start, finishing straight. If he can get close enough. And then into turn 1, hopefully take back the lead of the race. The lead of the race that he held for so long. Bad sector there for Match. That's put Malum right on his rear diffuser. And if I was Match, I think I'd be letting Malum through. Malum deserved this race win. Regardless, I think Match possibly knows that in his head. So these two shouldn't battle it too much. So let's see what happens. Is Match just going to let his teammate through, or is he going to fight this one? Is he going to try and defend his lead? And he is trying to defend it. He's trying to hold on to this race win. I think the penalties might say otherwise. I think Match has more penalties than Malum. Oh no, they're both on 3. So this could be a genuine battle here for the race win. Now, advantage goes to Malum because Malum's front wing completely intact. As where Matches is damaged. He's got his front right end plate missing. So that's where you're seeing like Malum catch up through them tricky corners. And then it's all about the defense from Match. And he's defending really, really well against Malum. In the corners where he needs to know where he's got to put it, he's putting it right in the middle of the circuit, giving Malum no room to try and throw one down the inside or around the outside. There's just not enough space for that here at Monaco. This is the only chance that Malum Jonas is going to have at trying to get the lead from Match. And he's going to be nowhere near. Or is Malum now on the recharge? Does he know that he just has to settle in till the end of this race? We've got 5 laps to go, and Match lets him through. Right idea there from Match. I think Match knew that he could end up spoiling both of their races here just with the damage alone. The hard braking into that corner there could have cost Malum some wing damage. You know, trying to get right close to the back of Match. So, good sportsmanship there from Match, letting his teammate through. It's been a well-deserved win for Malum all the way through this race. He's kept the lead. He's done absolutely brilliantly. And it's just really well-deserved. The VRL team should be happy with this one. Should be happy with how their driver has performed. Both Match as well. I mean, if this was a different circuit, maybe Match wouldn't have picked up so much damage. He is still keeping with Malum, which shows that Match does have some decent pace. But maybe at a different circuit, we could see these two really push on, try and work together as a team, and get their way through another team. So, could be something to watch out for in their next race. They look pretty evenly paced. Could Match be that bit quicker without the wing damage? Do we think that maybe he's got that little bit extra in the tank compared to Malum? Because Malum is just naturally going to pull away here, especially in that sector of the track. He's going to pull away from Match, and it's just going to be every lap now until the end. We'll see Malum just stretching that gap through sector 2 for an easy win. An easy win that just looks like all evening. It looks like it's going to be an easy result for him all the way through. It's just a shame for the FGE team. Go back to them, Blinding Echo. You know, he's got decent pace, but he's just not had the pace to be able to keep up with Match and Malum, unfortunately, this evening. But a solid P3 for him. He's done well throughout this race. Done well to keep himself in that position, in that P3. So he'd still be proud to take a podium over, but at home, regardless, be the one of the surviving 2 that finished this one. But he's had a good race nonetheless. We'll move down to Wolf. I mean, Wolf is very unfortunate for Wolf. He's driving well, don't get me wrong. But I think the pace advantage that the other guys have got there against Wolf was never really going to be taking part in, battling for a win for the team here. It's very unfortunate for the FGE team. Going to be knocked out here this evening to VRL. VRL, just a stronger team. That's all it's been. They've had the pace advantage over the rest of the grid, even over their own teammates, Welsh, Sponge, and Deco. But can they do it in the next race? Are we going to see the same example? I mean, who did they get in the next round? I think their fate may have already been sealed. Let me just look. Let's see who they potentially could be racing. I think it could be. I think it'll be LRS or Evo. That'll be one of the two that they could potentially race in. Now, if it's LRS and Dusty is racing, Malum and Dusty are going to have a good race. If Match doesn't get any damage, he looks like he has the pace to stick with Malum, so you could hope that them three, whoever else is joining Dusty within that team, you're going to hope that there's one that's kind of in and around Dusty, so we could potentially have a great battle up at the front and obviously at the back then. But it looks like the stronger drivers have survived tonight. I mean, we know that Jack and Daniel probably had the pace over Wolf, but Wolf's just been consistent. He's got through the circuit. He's managed to make no mistakes. So he can take a lot away from this race, can Wolf. You know, he's survived. He's survived Monaco. He's managed to get round the track. Could it have been different for Wolf? As I said, this is my first time commentating on him. So I don't know his background. Don't know whether he can bounce back from this in the next race. Is this going to be kind of where Wolf is? We'll have to wait and see if he does attend the next race. But no, he actually won't be attending. That'll be because FGE will be out. Yeah, they will be knocked out in this round. And VRL will go marching on. So unlucky for Wolf and FGE, but you know, well played to him for sticking in it, keeping in the race. It's what you want to see from a driver in your team. You don't want to see him giving up, you know, ending the race early just because they're at the back. It's great race integrity being shown from Wolf here. He's 35 seconds off the back of Echo. He's a long way back. But he's still going. And that's something to applaud. Because a lot of people, I've seen people do it, just give up too easily. And he has just kept soldiering on. So, for me, I know we've had Malum. Malum's had a great race. He deserves driver of the day, hand over fist. But for me, it's always nice to give a driver that has that race integrity, that grit, that I know I'm not as quick as them, but I'm going to finish this race and I'm going to stick it out to the end. And that's why Wolf's going to be my driver of the day for this race. He really has shown that, you know, just because you don't have the pace doesn't mean you can't get around Monaco. You still can do it. We've got Malum enjoying it already, weaving already, celebrating this race win for VRL. He has took VRL from qualifying. It kind of looked like it was all over for FGE. And here he comes, Malum. He is round the final corner at Monaco. And it's going to be a run down to the line. Has he just let Match through? Are they going side by side? Looks like these guys are in a chat together. But Malum does get the win. And that is VRL moving on to the next round of this series. And who will they meet? Will it be Evo or will it be LRS? Regardless, it's going to be a good battle. But yeah, Malum, well deserving of the win here this evening. He has made Monaco his bitch, pretty much. And has really really shown his true talent here at Monaco. This is a really great drive from Malum. And it didn't look like it was going to go any other way than him winning and taking the win here this evening. So congratulations, VRL, on the race win and progressing into the next round. Is it going to be as easy in the next one? We'll have to wait and find out. That race will be held next week as Match does get the driver of the day from the game. He made his way through the pack well. Match really did have some strong pace. He's you know, he's a good driver. So, but VRL on top. Unfortunately, we lose FGE. Better luck next time, boys. But VRL are the kings here at Monaco this evening, and they move on into the next round of the series. And that, as I said, that will be held next weekend. So let's hope that it's going to be a good one. But I'm going to dip out for 10 minutes try and get something to eat quickly before I start my Evolution race this evening. Final race of the season. So make sure you come back, join us for the final race at Portugal for Evolution Racing. J7BP has already won the championship, but can we see somebody else battling for a decent position in the pack? Let's hope so. I'm just going to get this picture for Nello as he's asked for a picture. If my phone doesn't break, I'll have to get a screenshot. Hang on. There we go. So, yeah, I will be back shortly, people. Take care.